You know, I want to show respect. You know what I'm saying?
Just sold his not today, but
Yeah? Okay.
Believe it or not, a pharmacy has an exclusive.
Oh, sorry. I don't know.
Yeah, but this isn't even good. Which one is this?
What do you mean?
Oh, these are,
some dedication, man. You got like the eye of the tiger.
Here's your host and MC for the evening. I gotta ask everybody at the front of the stage to move back just a little bit. I know it's a crunch, but you gotta make room because we got some
In
very...
Toronto tonight. How rainy is it? Even stormtroopers stationed on Scarif are like, that's too rainy! It's a tropical planet. Cove. Hopefully you all know Sam from Cakes Cove. She does amazing stuff. She did my wedding cake. She sent a nice white chocolate Millennium Falcon to the space offices
The
today.
drinks and the food at the Hard Rock. Support them and let them know that you love what they're doing for us by hosting us here. Give it up for the hardworking crew at the Hard Rock, by the way. They have let us have not just Star Wars Day, but they've let us do all kinds of events here at Fan Expo After Party.
You're gonna go talk to him?
Yeah, we checked out that. Last time we were here.
The guy tried to buy. He said, "Where's that book from last time?" And I left it at home.
No way. Yeah, I was gonna say, where's your golden age good girl cover?
Good girl. Well, I got some other some good stuff.
Yeah.
Teen Town Comics.
Oh yeah. Oh no, you had some beautiful. No, my favorite, the planet one. So, we are back. We've been busy.
Did you like that footage?
Yeah.
That was, wow, it has been a very busy month in May, hasn't it?
Yes, it has, man. Even to the extent where we've done something, we had to split up our teams. On one weekend, we had 2 shows. We had the Toronto Toy Collectible Show, and our usual favorite, the Toronto Comic Book Show.
Yeah, so yeah, I just want to go through some of the stuff that's happened this month. Like Jose just said, Toronto Comic Book Show 2 weeks ago. The 80s, Retro 80s Toy Expo in Mississauga. The May 4th weekend, we had a big event at the Lego store in the Sherway Gardens, Mississauga. And we had the May 4th Star Wars party at the Hard Rock Cafe in downtown Toronto. All of which are like massive events, all of which took up a lot of my time. I know some of your time.
And this is why we have not been able to get together and shoot an episode, which we're finally doing now.
Finally doing tonight. So
not to mention that I snuck down to my honey hole as well.
Oh yeah.
In between as well. Absolutely.
DMV again? Did you hit
Yeah.
the store?
I hit it again. Absolute.
Okay.
So this show is going to be about catching up.
Catching up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we start, I'm just going to show you a couple of things I purchased here last week or 2 weeks ago. Because the Lego store in Sherway Gardens had the May 4th weekend where they had they're giving away Star Wars Lego at discounted prices. One of the things that they were giving away is if you went in and bought it in the store, you got this free complimentary R2-D2.
Wow.
And he's kind of
Cool.
nice.
Nice swag.
And I got to be honest, he wasn't easy to put together. I think it was like 50 to 60 pieces.
Are you serious?
Just in that one little R2, and it took me about 15 to 20 minutes to figure out how to put them together.
Wow.
And because we were actually invited there to be part of the event, we got a special pricing. So I got all these 50% off. So I got the new Shore Trooper, or as it says here, the Scarif Stormtrooper from Rogue One. Picked up Captain Phasma from
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens, yeah. And
Tilt
this is
forward a
really,
bit, yeah.
this is one of my favorite designs from
Lower.
can you see that?
Yeah, there we go.
One of my favorite designs from The Force Awakens. I pick up 2 micro fighters. I got the first one, which is the
So cute.
Oh, Y-Wing.
this is a Y-wing, yeah, $12, half price of $6. And I also picked up a little X-wing fighter, Resistance fighter. Again, it doesn't look like much, but that's 87 pieces in this one box just to put together.
smokes.
87 pieces. And finally, the big one, the Yoda's fighter ship. It's called Yoda Starfighter. And I don't think Yoda actually even has a starfighter. So I think maybe Lego's taking some creative liberties.
Artistic license to make a buck, man. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Sure.
No business is ever going to go bankrupt thinking of expanding its interest as far as getting your wallet down. They'll put out the stuff and people will buy it.
That's for sure. But it was cool. They are cool, and I like them. Not a big Lego collector, but I do buy them once in a while. And the last thing I want to mention, because we're going to mention the comic book show and the 80s Toy Expo over there, and we move over there. The Star Wars party at the Hard Rock Cafe every May 4th weekend. They've had a May the 4th be with you type of Star Wars party, and we had it at the Hard Rock Cafe. As you can see here, here's some of the footage I shot. And sadly, this will be the last annual event held at the Hard Rock Cafe.
There's no more Hard Rock.
They shut it down this week.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's a shame. The bar's been an institution. Anybody from Toronto or Canada knows Hard Rock Cafe has been an institution for the last 40 or 50 years. And sadly, last week was the last week. They shut it down. So this footage you're seeing I shot at the Star Wars party will be the last one there. So a bygone era. It's a shame. They're tearing it down. They're putting up a Shoppers Drug Mart.
Oh.
Yeah, because we need another Shoppers Drug Mart because we only have 1 million of them in Toronto already.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, there's been a lot of venues that have been closing down recently. The Silver Dollar, the Brunswick House in Toronto. A lot of the music venues have been changing. Like the Brunswick House is now Rexall.
Yeah.
Drug Mart.
We're getting older. We're getting
Silver
older.
Dollar, it's going to be a condo development.
Honestly, I disagree that has anything to do with us getting older. They really, in my opinion, destroying Yonge Street. They've taken it from a really cool touristy area where you go to see some really cool record stores,
and then
head shops,
down, big
t-shirt store, boutique stores, and they're putting all these corporate trashy stores, and now that you know you can get anywhere. You can go to any shopping mall and see a Forever 21.
It's losing its luster.
Yeah, but where are you going to go to get a good record store? Where are you going to go to see a good head shop where you can get a T-shirt for that band that you know you like, but you can't get it anywhere else? Like, yeah, it just, I mean, to me, it's a shame. To me, it's heartbreaking to see this happen.
That's true.
Oh well, c'est la vie. Let's get to some good comic books and other collectible snags. It's gonna be a jam-packed episode.
Yeah, we are getting a bit off topic, aren't we?
Yes, we are. So let's get to it.
Let's go over there and let's show you some really cool books.
Hoy hoy.
Okay, so we are starting with Big Mike tonight. Big Mike starts, he's the lead-off batter, and I know what this is.
I know what this is.
And I know where you got it, too.
Knows what this is. Yes, I got this at the last Toronto Comic Book Show. At this grade and value rate.
Okay, well, first, before you start talking about the grade, let's first of all talk about the book. It's Avengers King Size Annual number 10.
First appearance of Rogue.
Rogue, yeah. And by the price tag, I'd say you picked it up at the Batcave, maybe?
Batcave, and of course, I know you guys paid maybe a little bit more for this than what I did for around the same grade.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm really happy about this is I think the guys at the Batcave are also watching our shows talking about bundling.
Mm-hmm.
They did a little pre-bundle because that's the first Rogue in Avengers, but also threw in the first Rogue in the Uncanny X-Men number 171.
171, yeah.
So alone, that's a good price for that book alone.
Yeah.
Threw that in for free.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Again, this was bundled with other bundle.
Mm-hmm.
Happy, happy, happy.
And Mike, you are correct. I mean, for $65, which is what you paid for it, I mean,
that would have been a good price for the Avengers Annual 10 first Rogue alone.
Alone.
To get the extra X-Men, first X-Men, I mean, it's just like a cherry on top of that sundae.
And you threw in the first Rogue with the X-Men with it. I mean, you can't go wrong. So.
And then I bundled that with other books, too.
Yeah.
So it was a bundle on a bundle.
You were getting exponential on us. You're bundling on bundling on bundling. Yeah,
Hey, it wasn't my fault. I think they're watching our shows and saying, hey, we're going to bundle too.
Well, when you buy the Batcave, you know you're getting quality, and the prices are good too. So, yeah, again, it's one of the first vendors I like to go to. I know whenever I'm at the Toronto Comic Book Show.
We always end up there.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever walked out of there without at least buying one book. So, Mike, that is a fantastic find. And, I'd say that seats at least, what do we say, like an 8 or a 9, something like that. What do you think?
Yeah, that looks like be about a 9.
Sure. Very nice. $65 for the pair.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
Great score, Mike.
Yeah.
And next we got high-end Jose doing what he does best, bringing in the big boy books and blowing us all away and making us really jealous, Jose. So here we got Adventure Comics number 3. You know, I can't even read it.
353. Yes, Adventure 353 from February 67.
Nice.
Yes, this is actually the only book I purchased, and I say purchased, at the Toronto Comic Book Show. We'll get into that a little bit in the next segment, but this is a great pickup from the boys at Hagenland at the Toronto Comic Book Show.
Nice.
Of course, it's a key. I wouldn't say it's a major key, but this book contains the death of Pharaoh Lad, and it has the second appearance of the Fatal Five. So we all know about comic book deaths, but there's actually an interesting story covering the death of Pharaoh Lad. Jim Shooter, then a 14-year-old wonderkin, apparently intended this character to be black, but DC editor Mort Weisinger put the kibosh on that idea. What was the reason? Fear of losing distribution in the South. Apparently, Marvel wasn't concerned about that since the Black Panther came out a year earlier. Now, the reason Pharaoh Lad had to die, besides having a dumb name, was recounted by Shooter, in which he said, Pharaoh Lad I killed because my plan was that he was a black guy, and Mort said no. Then I said, well, let's see. I've got this idea for a story, and someone needs to die. Aha, him. So basically, I killed him off because it annoyed me that I couldn't do with him what I wanted. Now, the comic book realm price guides for this a fan favorite story in the 6, 8, 9, and 9.2 grades are $40.50, $114.75, $128.25, and $130.95 US. I paid $40. It was $45 Canadian. I got $5 off. That's about $30 US. Grade wise, I think it's about a 6.57. Nice mid grader. Great cover. Love it. And can't go wrong. I've been picking up adventure comics recently, and this is a nice pickup for my Justice of Legion of Superhero books. So it's a great pickup for me.
That is a really nice book, Jose. And what, 12 cents? I mean, I'm sorry, what year did you say it came out?
67, the year of your birth, Paulie.
1967. Wow, has it really been that long?
Yeah, it's a 50-year-old book.
Yeah. Well, again, Jose, absolutely fantastic book. You're making me jealous, and yeah, I guess I'm going to have to be on the lookout for this one now, eh?
Yeah, you should.
Too.
You got one?
Jealous too.
No, you don't?
I have some adventures, but man, I'm a little upset.
Beautiful book, Jose. Thanks for bringing it in.
Hoy, hoy.
You want this one or you want to look at a couple? Sure. Yeah. There's like 6 US. I didn't know that. Yeah, these are ones that
I took it home, wouldn't work, cleaned it, came back on, beautiful.
90% of the time, people are just too lazy.
Special guest Mike up next. Oh wow, I love this book. This is the 90s version of the Suicide Squad. A really tough black cover to get. Really good iconic cover. I know where this one's from. It's from the Batcave, and there's a special story connected to this. So take it away, Mike.
Yeah, basically what was going on with this was that this was supposed to be one of the prizes of the day.
Mm-hmm.
He also had this thing going on where if you buy $100 worth of books, he's going to throw one in.
Yeah, he had a wall of books you could choose from. If you spent $100, you say, "I'll take that."
That's a good deal.
Was the bundle with the bundle? Are you kidding me? And throw in a free book as well.
Yeah.
The thing was, the book that he gave for the second draw, which we weren't around for, he had the higher grade one.
Mm-hmm.
I turned around and said, "Okay, I spent my $100. Where's the Suicide Squad? It's disappeared." Oh, I gave that for the door prize.
The door prize,
for the second draw. He goes, "But I do have another copy, but it's more expensive."
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, higher grade 9.2.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, "Tell you what, you've spent $100. Da-da-da-da. What do you say, $20 Canadian for this?" And I said,
"Oh, that's a steal."
Okay.
For sure, yeah.
Okay, because everything's a deal there already, and I've already got the bundle on the bundle, and I've spent $100 there, and so
to get a high grade copy of this book in that condition, a tough black cover for $20 Canadian, that's no money.
$15 US. Worth about 72, 75 at a 9.2.
Yeah, it's a $100 Canadian book in really high grade.
So this is Suicide Squad Volume 2. Am I correct there? Number 2?
No, it's Volume 1.
No, it's definitely not Volume 1. Suicide Squad was around the 60s.
Yeah, but it was in those anthology, and I can't remember exactly which one. This is actually their first series under the name Suicide Squad from the 1990s.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah. But, you know, most vendors have this book in good condition. It's always going to be a wall book because a lot of collectors are looking for it. It's one of those books that everybody wants in their collection. So for $20 bucks, $20, Mike,
20
you
Canadian,
scored big time.
US.
Yeah.
Loving it. Great show. Oh.
Yeah, fantastic book, Mike. Thanks for bringing it in.
All right.
Okay, now for something completely different, something that is a collectible, very collectible, lobby cards, yes, and of one of most people's favorite all-time movies, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That's right, Jose. Now, like I said, this show's called Silver Age Dudes, Comics and Other Collectibles. This is another collectible, and I picked this up a few weeks ago at my favorite comic book store, Retro Rare Collectibles on Dixie Road in Mississauga. And this is a vintage set of Raiders of the Lost Ark lobby cards. Now, these are not reprints. These are the original lobby cards that you saw in the theaters when you went to see Raiders of the Lost Ark back in like
1982,
82 or 83. I forget what year they came out, but not only these vintage lobby cards, they are in pristine condition. They were, I wouldn't say they're mint, but they're very close to mint. I mean, they're in really nice condition. So this is the first one here. That's the Indiana Jones, obviously the Harrison Ford. Let's see the next one, Mike. Just flip there.
There's Karen Allen, the love interest, with the thing that's the medallion that's giving the location of the Ark
of the Covenant.
The Ark of the, or where they can find
Souls. The Garden. What's it called?
The
Well of Souls.
Well of Souls.
Yeah.
Yes.
And again, great lobby card. Eventually, I'll probably get one, maybe all of these framed if I can find a place. Okay, let's go to the next one, Mike.
Trying.
Okay, and there now Harrison Ford, Karen Allen, now Harrison Ford and Karen Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we're at her bar in Tibet.
Exactly, just before the Germans walk in.
Yeah, and then all hell breaks loose.
That's exactly
This is the
right.
calm before the storm shot.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Mike, let's see the next one.
Nazis. We can't get enough of them, can we?
Look at those guys. And of course, this is the scene getting near the
and this is the climactic scene where they've stolen the Ark and they're about to do their voodoo magic stuff and wreck untold havoc and mayhem.
Yeah,
great shot.
No, not yet, Mike. You remember the face melting scene?
Yes.
I remember the first time I saw that scene. That was absolutely first time I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That was some of the early graphics was amazing. Just
now
so
they
well
look
done.
a little tired and dated, but you know what? It adds charm to the movie. It's a perfect movie.
Yeah.
You
There
can't
was
really
no
pick anything wrong with that.
CGI back then, right?
Yeah, I know. It was totally
very,
cool.
Very early. Okay, so let's see the next one there, Mike.
Trying to. Okay, there we go.
Okay, there we have, yes. This is when he's in Egypt, probably in Cairo, talking to...
Just before the guy with the whip, and then he shoots him, which was a hilarious
Well, I think that, this is when he recovered the piece from the staff of Ra, and he had gone to this gentleman in town to try and get the hieroglyphics.
To get some knowledge.
Deciphered,
Yeah, and he it avoids assassination attempt with those poison dates.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Bad dates.
Bad dates.
Is there another one in there, Mike?
Next.
There is, but hang on, it's just very thin right now. Just let me, there we go.
Yeah, I know thin, but...
Oh,
hey.
There we go.
And there's, that's after the Germans burnt down the bar after hell breaks loose.
So that's the apocalypse last scene from the bar fight. An epic fight that just, wow, the choreography alone on that, fantastic shot.
So I'm really excited about getting these lobby cards because how often do you get the Now, first of all, I've seen reprints at the Fan Expo. If you look at any of the conventions, they sell lobby cards, and the reprints of the lobby cards are $20 a piece.
Yeah, 20, 25 bucks easy, yeah.
How much do you think Sandy charged me for each of these?
I don't know. Is it a complete set? Did you know?
I think it's missing one, but
So
he's on the look. He's going to find me
He's going to find
one.
you, yeah. You need the complete set to really kind of clean up a bit. I don't know. Did he give you for $100?
He charged me $25 a piece.
Okay, so that's...
well, you're paying $25 at a convention for a reprint. I got originals for $25 a piece. It doesn't get any better than that.
You're right. That's a good deal all day long. Sure. Great stuff.
So I'm very, very happy. Well, that just tells you the film house that originally owned it. It says Consolidated Theatre Services, Don Mills, Ontario. So that would have been the original company that, distributed the films
things to the various theater
time.
chains,
So every city probably has a theater chain, a distribution center that does this kind of thing. So it's kind of nice that it has the original stamp on the back as well.
Very cool for provenance. Yeah, you know you're getting the real deal.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing it in, Paul. You're so cool. I love your stuff, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for making me so jealous.
Thanks.
You won't be too happy soon.
Okay, so this sequence is called Jose Strikes Back. You bastard.
Dun 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 dun. Flash!
Yeah.
defender of the universe.
Okay.
Yes, I got to Ninja Paul on this one. Paul went the quantity rule. He got quite a few good lobby posters, including stuff Battlestar Galactica, Clash of the Titans, Buck Rogers. I only got one, but what a one! And the one I actually really wanted because it's got Ornella Muti there with Max von Sydow, Princess Aura with Ming the Merciless. This was the lobby card from Flash Gordon I wanted, and I got it.
You certainly
yes.
did, yeah.
Yes. $40 paid for it. With framing costs, it came out to $110, so $150 all in Canadian. Man.
Wait, how much did the framing cost you?
$110.
$110, okay.
Yes, and it is excellent framing job. Custom framing, double matted.
Double matte and UV glass.
In UV glass, I cannot complain. It looks lovely, lovely. And if Sam Jones is ever in town, this is something I can always take to get signed. So I am very happy. This is gonna hang pride of place at Jose's place, man. It's gonna be nice.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, and in case anybody knows, this is obviously Flash Gordon, Dino De Laurentiis's masterpiece from 1980.
People either love it or hate it. It's a camp masterpiece. I mean, they shot this intentionally with their tongue planted firmly in their cheek, but I love it. It is great. I can't say enough about this movie. Personally, in my top probably 10, 20 movies of all time as far as favorite movies, I can watch this on a drop of a hat. It's great. It never gets tired.
Yeah, exactly. For me, it's the same. With the exception of Star Wars and maybe Logan's Run, this is probably my third favorite film of all time.
And you can tie in Ted, it actually is.
Yeah, well, obviously, because Sam Jones is in it. But, I mean, this was just, we saw this together in the movie theater like in 1980 when it first came out.
1980, we were 14 years old, man, and Bear could not get better.
Yeah, and I was blown away the first time I saw it, and I'm still blown away to this day every time I do watch it. And this is an original lobby card once again. It is not a reprint.
Oh, fantastic. Could not be happier.
Yeah, with them fighting. We're going to fight over this
I
one.
know, man. I know. It's going to be tough for me to take this out of this place. I think Paul's going to try to pry it from my fingers.
You're not getting it home.
Oh, you didn't bring.
I forgot to get the hired goons, man. Damn it.
I got hired goons for my books.
That's it for you. You're not getting out of here alive.
Okay, so for here on in, all of Jose's books that he's going to show tonight are because he won the door prize.
The first door prize. It was actually quite an adventure getting there. Remember, you picked me up from my sister's house where I was staying, and we took the wrong turnoff getting on the highway. We ended up on our way to Toronto on the lakeshore. We had to kind of, make our way back, and we thought we were going to miss the first door prize, but we got there in time, actually.
Yeah, they were a little late.
Okay, so let's just start with the story of the actual convention itself. You went in, I guess it was the second door prize of the afternoon.
No, first door prize.
First door prize is a big prize.
Yeah, and they called out a number, and no one claimed it, and they waited a few minutes, and then they announced, okay, we're going to call it out again, and they called out my number.
Yeah, and the book that you won was?
Batman Adventures number 12, first appearance of Harley Quinn.
And what grade was that one?
Mid-grader, about a 5.56, so fine minus fine.
So you decided rather than keep it in the grade 6, you decided to?
I cashed in the equity on that book because that is one of the hottest books around. It is like money. And any of the vendors there would have been happy trading for it. I picked one of our local favorites, of course, the Batcave.
Yeah, and
this is one of the first books that I got here.
And what a beautiful gem it is.
Yes, an Atomic Age book. This is Planet Comics issue number 1 from 1958. There's a little bit of an interesting story there. So IW Publications was a short-lived comic book publisher in the late 50s and early 60s. The company was part of IW Enterprises and was named for the company's owner, Israel Weldman. Now, it seems this guy was a bit of a pirate. You'll see on the spine, just below the starship there, it says reprints. This book is basically reprinting Planet Comics Fiction House's title, issue number 70. And it's interesting that Planet Comics issue 70 from Fiction House contained reprints from an earlier Planet Comics. So this is reprints from a book that's reprinted. So
the reprint of a reprint of a reprint.
So the rights trying to get something around that, it would have been complicated. So they were notable for publishing unauthorized reprints of other companies' properties, especially Quality Comics. Many of their titles had a quality logo on the cover. This one does. Usually these companies were out of business, but not always. The company started publishing in 1958 and stopped sometime in 63, 64. So these guys were a bit of a pirate, swashbucklers.
Yeah.
If you check the Overstreet price guides, actually you will not find IW Publications Planets in the Overstreet. You can find information about them on the comic book realm. So it's a good book. Actually, it's a great cover. I would give that a 9 out of 10 for that cover. The adventures, I will call him Spaceman Biff. That was the Calvin and Hobbes alter ego when he imagined himself as a spaceman, climbing up a rock face, and he's surrounded by these cool-looking green bug-eyed aliens.
Those are great.
Yeah, great. He's outnumbered at least 4-1. They got the high ground, and they could probably get him caught in a deadly crossfire, yet he's dauntless and determined. He's there, and the women astronaut is not so sure about that. This is a kind of a great undertaking. Condition-wise, it's a very, very good condition book. There is a couple of little tiny flaws. Well, I don't know how tiny, that's a relative term. If you look on the spine by the lady astronaut's holsters, there's a white piece there. It's a small tear that's missing out of it, and it's got also some wear along the spine near the bottom left corner. But otherwise, the rest of the book is very clean. It's got a very clean cover. Grade-wise, with that tear, I would say something maybe slightly above a VG grade. 4, 5 maybe. It's not a big money book there. At a 4, 5, we're talking comic book realm anyways, between $21 and $27 US.
Really?
Yeah, really. Now, I don't know how far to take that because these things with these books are going to be scarce, and when do they come up?
They're very scarce. I would never see anyone selling a book like this for 20 to 25.
At 65 bucks, if I had to pay for this book, I would not have been upset. I probably would try to get like $5-10 off of it. But from a cover appeal condition standpoint, I think it gets high marks, even though I'm giving it a lower grade. Maybe I'm being a little bit too hard. I'm just not used to grading Atomic and Golden Age books. So.
That is a spectacular.
I love that cover though.
It's not the grading, it's the story too. You've got a pirate book, so that's got to be something. How many of them left?
You know what? I mean, for me, it was cover appeal, and that's what I think Paul and I just really love. It's a great classic cover. Cannot say enough
The
about that
yellow-red
cover.
combination just jumps out.
It just pops the perspective, like I said, him climbing up with the starship in the background. Everything is top-notch about this, and that's the cover, and that's what brought me to it.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic book, Jose. Thanks for bringing it in, and what a score.
We can even do a deep for short scenes.
Most effective, Your Majesty. Will you destroy this, Earth?
Later. I like to play with things a while before annihilation.